Welcome to Movie Recall. In today's video, we will be going through the 2011 movie Trespass. It's time to recall. Let's get started. Turn on subtitles and spoilers ahead. The movie begins and we see Kyle Miller, a diamond broker, driving down a country road in his convertible Porsche trying to make a deal. He is trying to convince someone over the phone that he has a potential buyer for his diamond and he will make the deal go through without taking any commission. He enters his sprawling, gated waterfront home, picks up a gold Zippo lighter by the pool, and enters the kitchen. Sarah Miller and their teen daughter Avery are arguing about a party that night. The parents refuse to let her go to the party. Sarah tells Avery that her father is back from a business trip after a while and she wants them to have a family dinner together. Kyle tells Avery that there will be boys at the party who will be older than her and he was not okay with his daughter going there. All of this is happening and Kyle is still talking on the call with the diamond buyer. Avery gets upset and goes upstairs to her room. Kyle kisses Sarah and goes to his office room. Kyle comes to an understanding with the diamond buyer and tells him that the deal will go through in cash. He cuts the call and he looks really stressed. Meanwhile, Sarah takes out a new lingerie set to seduce her husband. Kyle takes an envelope from a wall safe as he will be meeting a buyer later. As he opens the envelope, he is interrupted by Sarah, who asks him if he wants something to eat before they go out. Kyle tells her that he is on the phone and he will pick up something on their way. Sarah brings a tray of food upstairs for the daughter. Avery is really upset because she was not able to go to the party and Sarah tells her that she has to eat something. Avery tells her that she is not hungry as Sarah leaves the food tray outside her room and tells her that she is very pretty but she cannot hurry to grow up. Sarah is disappointed her plans for a nice family dinner have gone off. Kyle goes to an area of the house under renovation with bare wood studs and plastic sheeting. Avery comes out of her room and locks the room. She then sneaks out of the house and jumps the estate fence. A girlfriend is waiting to pick her up. Avery tells her friend that her parents think she is a bad influence, to which she also agrees. They both laugh and drive away. As they talk while driving, Kendra is about to hit the car into a tree but manages to control the car. Sarah blows the candles up that she had put out for dinner and Kyle comes. Sarah asks her how Houston and Kyle tell her that it was fine he had been supplying diamonds for rich oil men's mistresses. Kyle asks Sarah how Avery was, to which she replies that she hates her. Kyle tells her that Avery does not hate her, she hates them both. Kyle shows Sarah the lighter and tells her that he found some cigarettes along with the lighter. Sarah wants to get romantic, but Kyle has to go. He tells her that the buyer is in town till only 9 o'clock, and if Kyle misses the buyer, that the whole deal might go south. He then tells her that all the work he does is for her and Avery so that they can live a wonderful life and be safe. The doorbell rings and they see a police badge on the security video. The police are looking into neighborhood burglaries. Kyle invites them in and asks Sarah to go and get Avery. Sarah knocks on her door but finds it to be locked. Sarah then goes and gets the keys to open the door, and as she opens the door, she shouts that Avery is not in the room. Kyle buzzes open the gate. 3 men and a woman in masks invade the house. Sarah tries to drive off but is stopped at gunpoint. At a large house party, Avery joins in the fun and meets some guys. Meanwhile, the Millers are pushed to the floor. The intruders know the daughter is missing. The gang leader seems to know a lot about the Millers. He asks them if they have any idea when their daughter will be back home, to which Sarah replies that she has no idea. He asks them for their cell phones, and Kyle gives them his cell phone and he just steps up on the phone. Sarah tells them that she does not have a cell phone on her. The leader goes to search for her and Kyle gets angry and tries to fight him. He subdues Kyle and tells him that he does not want to see him interrupt their work in any way or he will be forced to put a bullet in his head. The leader already has Sarah's phone number, so he calls it and asks one of his men to go get the cell phone. He then demands the alarm system code. Kyle gives them a code that only acts real and is actually supposed to call the police. The leader already knows this, so Sarah provides the real code. At the party, a teen male shows Avery a safe full of cash and cocaine. He attempts to seduce her but fails. Avery calls for a taxi and leaves. The leader, Elias, tells the women in the gang to go out and keep a lookout for Avery. He reveals the wall safe and demands Kyle open it. The other gang member, Ty, says they have 10 minutes. Elias tells Kyle that whatever he has in the safe is insured, so that will not be a problem and it'll be a win-win situation for everyone. Kyle stalls for a while and then refuses. The men threaten Sarah and say they know everything about him. He tells Kyle that he knows he has diamonds in the safe that is smaller than his pinky finger but are worth more than a Porsche. Sarah huddles in fear and asks Kyle to open the safe. Kyle asks him who is going to cut the diamonds. Elias tells him that he should do what he is asked to do and not try to be smart with him. Kyle explains diamonds have micro laser codes so they can be easily traced as they are all registered nationally. Whoever they try to sell the diamond to will know that the diamonds are stolen, and if the robbers kill Kyle or Sarah, they will be easily connected to the murder. This way they will be caught. One of the robbers is about to shoot Kyle, but Elias stops him and says that he wants to listen to what Kyle has to say. Kyle further explains the diamond business and tries to discourage the thieves. Kyle tells them that there is no way they will be able to sell the diamonds in the market. Even if they erase the code on the diamonds, no one will be willing to buy stolen diamonds from them. Kyle says that if he hands over the diamonds will be nothing but shining rocks for them. So he asks them again who is cutting the diamonds for them. One of the thugs tells them that every minute they stay over the first 20 minutes will increase 10% chance for them to get caught. They only have 6 minutes left for the first 20 minutes to end. Kyle then tells them that he can help sell the diamonds. They can take the diamonds and Kyle will sell them for them. He will also claim the insurance so that both of them get something out of it. The younger thug, Jonah, says they are not crazy to steal the diamonds first and then return them to him for selling. He says that he saw Kyle receive a lot of cash and that the gang should just take the money and leave the diamonds. He eyes Sarah and she looks back. She recognizes him as a security firm tech who had done some work in their home recently. Elias tells Kyle that he made him an offer, but Elias refuses it, so he should open the safe now. Kyle stubbornly refuses to open the safe as the men threaten Sarah. Kyle tells them to let her go first and he will open the safe. Sarah tells Kyle to open the safe and give them what they want. Kyle tells her that they will kill them even if he opens the safe. Elias tells Kyle that he has to trust him, otherwise he will kill Sarah right there. The young robber Jonah comes to Elias and says to him that he promised him he will not kill her. Elias tells him to stay where he is. Kyle tells Elias that they have guns so that they have the power to kill them, but Kyle can make them rich. He tells them to give Sarah the car and let her drive away from the house and he will open the safe. Upstairs, Petal watches the Miller family home videos. She undresses and puts on a purple dress. Elias pulls out a loaded syringe loaded with Sucks, a medical paralysis drug. Jonah pulls a revolver on his teammate and orders him to leave Sarah alone before storming off to the kitchen in a rage. Sarah, an architect, serves Jonah a long chilled iced drink and they make a small chat in another flashback. Jonah stops by the pool on his way out, smokes, and glances back at Sarah. Avery gets out of the cab near the gate and returns inside. Kyle is in anguish on the floor because he has misplaced his spectacles. Ty threatens to sever his thumb in order to utilize it on the biometric safe scanner. Elias removes his disguise in the kitchen and attempts to approach Sarah because she previously made love to his younger brother. He attempts to persuade her to persuade Kyle to unlock the safe. She steals the syringe. Avery enters the home, realizes the intrusion, and attempts to flee but is apprehended. Kyle begs for his daughter's protection, and the Millers gather at Kyle's home office. Elias sobs over needing $180,000 for a new kidney for his mother. Sarah uses the syringe to put Elias in an arm lock, but as Ty shoots his shotgun, Sarah is able to persuade them to let Avery go. Sarah, now in command, demands Kyle unlock the safe and put an end to this. Kyle unlocks the safe and discovers that it is absolutely empty. The criminals are taken aback and crush Kyle's hand before demanding the money. Kyle states bitterly that he invested all of his money into his property, mortgage, and debts. He claims he was dismissed and that they are out of money. Outside, Avery comes near enough to the barrier to try to escape but is apprehended once more. Elias opens Kyle's bag and discovers the diamond bills. Kyle reveals that he does not own the gems and is only a middleman who uses credit. Someone calls Ty to check on how things are going. They have another hour. Elias informs Kyle that they are also under duress. Elias attempts to calm Petal down. She is agitated and wants to take anything they can get. They come to see a photograph of Sarah wearing stunning jewelry. Sarah shows them the necklace and requests that they depart as agreed. Kyle and Avery, bound and gagged on their knees, fumbled for the Zippo and attempt to burn the duct tape while putting their wrists behind their backs. In the next room, Sarah begs Jonah to let them go, saying she'll do anything for him. The invaders approach the Millers once more, with Jonah instructing Elias that no one is to hurt Sarah or Avery. In a flashback, Jonah exits the Millers' pool and kisses Sarah. Kyle informs the men that the necklace is a $99 cubic zirconium forgery and that he sold the actual item for the money. The showy jewelry shatters when tested with the butt of a rifle. Elias informs Kyle that Sarah had sex with his brother, which is why they were present. Upstairs, Avery argues with Petal, Sarah flees, and Kyle throws a chair through the glass, activating the security system. While the security firm calls to check in, Ty beats up Kyle. Jonah responds quietly and gives himself some time. Kyle is being whipped in the den, but he manages to deflect the needle, allowing Ty to inject himself and fall to the floor. Kyle staggers away after grabbing the shotgun. Elias rescues Sarah from the nearby woods. Jonah requires the security code and searches for Avery, who is hiding in the remodeling room. Jonah sneaks up behind Kyle to get the shotgun, and Avery is compelled to provide the password to the suspicious security phone representative. Elias shoots Kyle in the thigh and then explains his situation. He attempted to sell $180,000 in narcotics, but they were stolen. The traffickers now want their money back and have sent Ty along. Kyle has a screenshot print of Sarah and Jonah kissing in his briefcase, which Petal discovers. Elias assaults Kyle and Sarah, Jonah intervenes, and the two brothers fight. A security guy arrives outside and requests a signature on the alarm event. The guard is obstinate, so Elias opens the gate. Sarah attempts to explain to Kyle, but he dismisses her. Jonah shoots the guard in the head at the front entrance. Avery is in a panic and claims to know where she can find at least $200,000. She'll accompany Petal back to the home party to get it. Jonah is skeptical, but Elias concurs. When things settle down in the house, Jonah volunteers to look after Sarah and Avery. From Sarah's perspective, a flashback depicts Jonah being excessively nice. She insisted he leaves after the swimming pool kiss before anything further happened. Kyle instructs Jonah to transport Sarah and Avery to safety. When Avery drives the Porsche, she purposefully smashes into a post, loosening Petal's seatbelt at the last second. Ty rouses himself in the house and prevents Jonah and Sarah from leaving. Avery is bleeding in the car, but Petal is unconscious. Ty continues to beat up Jonas until Elias shoots him. Dying, Ty discloses that Jonah was behind Elias's drug heist and had previously returned it for $10,000. Elias is taken aback. Kyle and Sarah make their way to the reno room alone, but Elias catches up and begins to strangle Sarah. Jonah runs to her aid, and in the midst of the chaos, a plastic sheet splits, revealing a massive hoard of cash concealed in the wall. Avery comes with a pistol, and Jonah shoots and kills his brother during the standoff. Sarah consoles Kyle, who has been severely injured. He explains that he was concealing the money for his family. Kyle ignites a puddle of solvent while Jonah collects the cash. The flames engulf Jonah. Kyle stands up and nails Jonah's shoes to the ground before collapsing. Jonah asks Sarah for assistance, but then grabs her and wants to die with her. Kyle shoots Jonah, who then dies in the flames. Sarah and Kyle escape alive as the home burns down. On the lawn, the Millers embrace. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and click the bell icon to get new movie recaps.